I'm Casper Valentin, and I'm with Rise and Talent magazine. I'm here with Christy Altomare.
Hi.
So, Christy, can you give us a little bit of your theater background? Like, how did you start out singing and performing?
When I was a little girl, I sang all the time in the bathtub. Did you ever do that, or in the shower?
I still sing in the shower.
Yes, that's kind of how it starts, I feel. And then it was all about costumes. My mom had a chest of every different character from Disney movies, and I would dress in all these costumes and pretend I was different characters from different movies and musicals. Have you ever done anything like that either?
I think I still do that. Sometimes I just go in my closet.
Me too. I do that too. That's so crazy. We're twins. Okay.
I know.
So that's kind of how it started. And then my family started getting me involved in community shows, and I was doing choirs at school and school shows. And I was also doing like some things at the local church. So really just any way, shape, or form possible to perform in any way. That's what I was doing. And then I decided at the end of my 12th grade year that I wanted to go to school for musical theater specifically and just do only singing, acting, and dancing all day long. So I did what they call a conservatory program, and that's where you just sing, act, and dance. And I did that for 4 years at the College Conservatory of Music in Cincinnati. And then I went to New York City and I auditioned for my first professional shows. And 6 weeks later, I booked the first national tour of Spring Awakening. And then right from there, I did Carrie the Musical off Broadway. And then I did Daddy Longlegs. And then I did Mamma Mia on Broadway. And then Anastasia on Broadway. Anastasia and Anastasia. So that's the trajectory of everything.
Oh, wow.
But it all started in the shower, singing and dancing, and then putting on costumes when I was a kid. And yeah, that's how it starts.
Oh my God. Well, I might be on Broadway too then.
Yes, you are. You're on your way. Yeah.
Thank you. Now, can you tell us a little bit about this gala that you're performing at and like what it's all about?
So if you know anything about Rodgers and Hammerstein, they wrote some of the most iconic musicals of all time in the musical theater canon, like Sound of Music, South Pacific, like literally every single thing that was back in the day that you were obsessed with, that was probably they had a hand in it. And then another special tidbit fact is that Oscar Hammerstein had a house here in Pennsylvania where he wrote, we believe, some of his most iconic songs. And he also housed and taught Stephen Sondheim, who is another famous musical theater composer. So we're going to be singing a bunch of Rodgers and Hammerstein songs, but also a bunch of Stephen Sondheim songs. And it is all for a good cause because we are raising money for the new Hammerstein Museum, which is the house that Oscar Hammerstein owned, is now being transformed into a museum where we get to see the rooms that he was inspired and that he wrote. And it's really just a beautiful space for people to come and learn the history of where these iconic shows started, and also kind of where musical theater really started, because musical theater started getting good once Rodgers and Hammerstein came onto the scene.
Wow, that's beautiful description.
Yeah,
So,
I'm excited.
my last question for you is, do you have any advice for young people and young performers who are trying to rank up in the theater world and just trying to gain that experience in their repertoire?
Yeah, so what I always like to tell young kids is to just do it all. Do as much as you can. Immerse yourself in all of it. And even if it's just like singing in your church choir, any chance you get to stand up in front of people and perform. For me, I would say if you're just performing for one person, it's enough. If I'm performing for my mom or my dad, that's enough. Just get up as much as you can to perform. Work on your craft, and then bit by bit develop those skills. So there's singing, acting, and dancing that all meld together, but you don't have to know how to be perfect at all three. Most people aren't. If you can get the acting down, focus on the acting, and then one of the others, the singing or the dance, right? And then you're well then on your way if you just put in those hours. I always say it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert at anything you want to do on this earth. So just logging in those hours. That's it.
Why, thank you so much. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're going to be amazing. I have a feeling already, like It's
Thank
all
you.
ahead for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for all your amazing questions and for coming out here to this amazing Hammerstein Gala. I get to perform with Justin Guarini and you, and it's just such a beautiful community. Bucks County is just filled with so much love for the arts, and specifically there's amazing writers that come out of this area. There must be something in the water, who knows. Anyway, all right,
Thank you so much.
thank you. Hi, I'm Christy Altomare, and you're watching and reading Rising Talent Magazine.